Awesome. Leilani's gonna come in and bring me a coffee because she's a goddess. She's a goddess. Oh. All right, so before we talk about history of yoga, well, let's talk for a minute about how we want to see our students. I just want to make sure I can make eye contact with everybody. So, when we're walking down the street, what's the first thing you tend to notice about someone?
Their face.
Their face?
Mm-hmm. I don't. I notice how they walk.
Yeah, I noticed their gait.
Their gait?
Yeah.
I notice how they carry themselves through the world.
Mm-hmm. Interesting, right?
I actually see the weight behind them.
Oh.
Yeah. It's a pain, yes. Yeah.
So, how do you think, as yoga teachers, how would you like, well, okay, I'll tell you a story. So when I first started teaching yoga and you start learning about alignment, all of a sudden, as you look around and you see people, you're like, I want to fix that thing. You know what I mean? Do you guys know? It's like, I just want to fix it and make it pretty. And it's coming from the best place. It's coming from, I want to support my students, I want to help them with their alignment, I want to make it good. But then what happens is we get all beady-eyed. We're like, gotta fix that knee, gotta fix it, gotta do that. So I think it's just nice for us to keep a context for how do we want to, like we can decide now, how do we want to see our students? So what do you guys think? Happy?
Yeah, it's making, like they're there, they're making the effort, they're working hard.
Yeah.
I think you want to see the whole person.
I love that, right? It becomes so tempting to see someone as a student and as a pose, rather than to say, oh, that's Marjorie. She has 2 kids and she's going through a tough time right now in her marriage. And yeah, like maybe Warrior 2 doesn't look so great because she's, having a nervous breakdown at home and maybe she needs to do child's pose. Not, Marjorie, get into down dog. We're working, like, right?
This is like a Saturday Night Live skit. Sorry.
Maybe like the best yoga teacher, or like the worst yoga teacher ever. Just do it. Just do it. There's no child's pose in yoga.
Have you seen that one with a girl named Katie? And she's like, oh, Katie can't do this, so we'll just let her go home.
have
So
not.
Katie, don't even try.
Except for you, Katie. If you can't do this pose, you might as well just leave. Just do Shavasana. But so this is like, as we look at each other in our asana labs, and as you develop your alignment eyes, which you're already starting to do, and you already have alignment eyes from understanding the practice for years of practice, or from doing a former teacher training, right? You already have things in your head about what the pose should look like or the aesthetics of it. And so what we want to watch in ourselves, because it's like we're coming from great intentions in wanting to align someone, but is to ingrain a habit in ourselves of seeing the whole person first. Like seeing like not just what's their pose, but what's their energy. Like if they're doing Warrior 2 and their knee isn't over their ankle, but they're like ferociously trying and you can see that in their body, then amazing, right? If you see someone and they're kind of hanging out and you want to bring more liveliness to them, it's like, okay, great, I have an intention for going in. So rather than fixing, we're supporting. And I have to remind myself of that like all the time, because again, we just like want to share what we know. So seeing the whole person, not just the yoga student. And sometimes we don't know most of the time we don't know what their backstory is. So it's for us to like what does their face look like? Or what's their energy like? Okay, now what's their body doing, right? So that's it.